Okay, so I'm here with DSP Doctor at Big T Productions in Boston, and we're experiencing Radar Studio, and we just did a little clinic, and it's gone really well. We're here showing the Radar Studio in my Gator case, which I'm dragging around the world with me. Got a pull-out handle and some wheels, and I've got an entire recording studio in a single box. We couldn't do that before because we didn't have mixing and plugins. Well, we've invited Pro Tools to come into our home and live with us, and we're really having a good time together. And you see Pro Tools is up here on the front panel on the touchscreen. You can put Pro Tools on the large screen where we've got our new virtual session controller, but it's easier just for now to show it on the touchscreen. I can hit a single button on the session controller and switch between the edit window and the mix window. I've completely integrated the Radar session controller right into the Pro Tools workflow. So I can hit play and move it over here a bit so you can see the meters. And I can hit stop, I can hit fast forward, play. I can auto locate, go anywhere in my project. Single button locates, which is awesome. I've got 64 direct locates. I can get to the next bank of direct locates just by double tapping. So I hit locate 8, I'm at locate 8. I hit double tap it, and I locate 22. I can hit shift and then go to another bank of locates. I can arm tracks just like on a Radar. There's my tracks, single button. I can disarm all my tracks, or I can arm all the tracks, single button presses. Everything's just really fast now in Pro Tools. So the way we like to think of it, we're making Pro Tools even more pro. Pro Tools is an awesome program, but it's nice not to have to use a mouse. I've got a fold down meter bridge, so I can take my meter bridge, fold it down, put it under my arm, grab a handle, take my Radar, and I'm on the road. It's very, very simple. I've got my standard Pro Tools keys on the session controller. So I've got, here I'll switch to my edit window. So you can see my edit window down here. Go back to the beginning of the song. And I can just use the standard RT keys to zoom in and out and see all my sections. I can solo tracks. I can mute tracks. So now I've muted all of those tracks. I touch a button, I can unmute them. Now they're all unmuted. It's just really, really fast. I hit stop, I hit save, and that session is saved. Single touch of a button. I've got 36 macro keys. So I can simply program F1 to 12 to be whatever key. I can have hundreds of keystrokes in a single macro. And then I've got 2 more banks of 12 keys for a total of 36. I'm also showing here the virtual session controller. The session controller is $19.95, and that's $2,000. So some people are on a tight budget. The virtual session controller has all of the functions of the physical session controller, plus it's got touchscreen faders and panners. So I can grab a fader, and I just have to lock my screen. I can do multi-touch faders in Pro Tools, which I can't do normally. I only have one touch fader, and I can't move 2 at a time. But as you can see here, I can grab 2 faders and move them in Pro Tools. I can also do pan. As you press the pan button, the pan knob expands so you can see what you're doing. And then as soon as I let it go, it goes back to normal size. I can do scribble strip, name my tracks. And of course I got my transport controls. I've got my jog wheel, and it has kind of the same response as the actual jog wheel on the session controller. I can go into my time code. I can mark a locate. Back to my edit window. Mark a locate. Name the locate, say OK. Everything's just really super fast. All of our drives are solid state drives, and you can take a standard solid state drive off the shelf. These are 15,000 insertion rated key lock drives. I can take that drive, plug it in, close it, it mounts, record my session, pull it out, plug in this handy little converter to SATA 6 gigabit to USB 3 5 gigabit per second adapter cable, which comes with every drive we sell. Give it to the client, or hook it into my MacBook, whatever device I have, even a tablet that has USB on it. And it's a really fast way to get files moved around between different systems. So that's it. That gives you a brief overview of the Radar running Pro Tools. There is one more thing. I'll go back to my mix window here. I can grab a fader with the touch, or I can grab multi-faders, as I showed you before. But a really easy way is to use the session controller. I'm just going to hold it up like this. And what I'm going to show you is I'm going to hold, and Adam, if you could come here, because I'm going to hold this. Maybe you could hold it for me, and then I'll just do it. So I hold track 1 and turn the jog wheel, and you can see the fader. Let's move down so they can see the fader in Pro Tools. So I can do multiples, or I can do groups and do all of them together. And then I can switch banks. This particular session is 48 tracks. So I'm on bank 1 to 24, and then I can easily switch to the upper bank. I can arm up to 384 tracks right from the session controller with single button presses. Pro Tools only goes up to 192 tracks, but most other DAWs don't have that limitation. So we've given people enough tracks that they'll never ever have to worry about running out of tracks. So thanks for taking the time to listen, and you want to see more details on how Radar Studio works, go and watch the All About Radar Studio video on the IZ webpage, www.izcorp.com, and call Adam or Jay at DSP Doctor, and they are fully trained up on all of the Radar Studio subtle details and ins and outs, and they can answer all your questions and pick up a Radar Studio. You'll absolutely love it.